Hey guys, and welcome to this new weekly outlook where we're gonna go over my major pairs. So we're gonna go over the list that you can see exactly right here, and we're gonna analyze them according to my strategy. So let's take a look at this. So this weekly outlook will be from December 8th to December 13, and of course, like I said, we're gonna analyze all the major pairs right here. If you want as well my full analysis of all the indices and all the minor pairs exactly right here, those will be in my VIP access. So let's start with Euro USD. So at first, Euro USD on the previous week, remember, we had this range. I said we're not confirmed yet bullish, even if we indeed looking like we're gonna have some bullish momentum. I was actually waiting on Euro USD that price taps into this 4-hour POY with this little inducement exactly right here close to the POY in this liquidity. So I was actually waiting for this POY to be mitigated, and overall I'm still considering that we're bearish. It's just that this is the last POY that we can look for some buys. We as well broke structure to the upside exactly right here. Like I said, for now it's not confirmed that break of structure. We can still look for this last sell, but if price just decides to continue to push up, we're gonna switch our bias to bullish, but for now we're still bearish. So now this POY is mitigated. We're just gonna go on the 15-minute to see if we have our 15-minute break of structure confirmation. In this case, if we're gonna see what's going on, let me just see exactly right here. So yeah, this is some 15-minute structure. We broke structure to the upside here, broke structure to the upside here. So this is exactly right here the low we needed to break, and this low got broken. So let's see with our Fibonacci all the POYs that we can look for a trade. On the 15-minute there is nothing, so let's go on the 5-minute. 5-minute there is still nothing, so let's go on the 1-minute. And on the 1-minute we have this extreme 1-minute POY that will be our initial entry, and then we have other 1-minute POYs where we can look for a 1-minute break of structure to look for a trade before the most extreme one. This part, like I said, of course everything is more explained in the VIP, but basically what you're gonna do, so you're gonna go right here, this is the extreme POY, you're gonna set up a limit at this extreme POY, and at the POYs that are not the most extreme one right here, we might catch a trade before it if, for example, price creates a 1-minute break of structure as a confirmation. But if not, this is the extreme POY entry. Your limit will be set at this level exactly right here. Stop loss will be above the high in this area, and take profit 1 at the low, and take profit final can be at this hourly low right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Euro USD. On GBP USD, this is a little bit different, because on GBP USD, if you remember right here on the previous week, we caught a nice little setup. So there was this push down that we caught on this last 4-hour sell. So GBP USD is actually a little bit different from Euro USD, because actually GBP USD, we already got multiple break of structure to the upside. We got 2 of them basically. So now we actually are trading between this low and this high, so in this range exactly right here. Now as Euro USD is still not completely bullish, this is kind of contradicting itself, because GBP USD and Euro USD are usually correlated, so usually they're gonna push in the same direction, and now we see that the GBP pairs having more of a bullish momentum than the Euro pairs, so we need to be careful with that. So I would like to, for example, still enter this still enter this sell, but be careful on GBP USD. Here we're getting more bullish. Then if, for example, price decides to push down again, we might see just a reversal once again and continue to look for some sells. But for now, as we got our 2 candlestick and 2 break of structure confirmation to the upside, we can look for some buys. So it's kind of in the middle. We don't know really yet if we're bullish or bearish or what's going on. We kind of still ranging, but right here it's not correlated to each other, so we need to be careful with that too. But except for that, I mean, we have this range that you can look for some buys, and you need to take your Fibonacci from the bottom to the top to densify all your valid POYs. And in this case, we have as well this 4-hour one that is exactly right here that you can look for some buys. And except for that, there is nothing else on the 1 hour. Actually, we have a 1 hour POI a little bit higher than the 4-hour one. So you can as well include this one right here. But yeah, we have those POIs that we can look for some buys. I would still be careful because, like I said, it's not correlated to Euro USD, so I'm still gonna be careful. But technically, this is how it looks like. If of course then price just decides to continue to push down, we're gonna adjust our buys. But for now, this is how it looks like. And on the 1 hour, there is pretty much nothing else that you can do. Okay. Except for that, if you go on GP, GPY, this is now interesting. We as well have this bearish, really bearish momentum. Same thing, it looks like we're having some bullish momentum back up, but it's not confirmed yet. It's really not confirmed ranges for now. Overall, for me, we're still bearish. We reacted from this 4-hour POY, we swept this liquidity. And in this case, we as well could have caught a nice little trade right here, but it was just before NFP release, so it was just not a good idea. And you know, right here there was as well this break of structure to the downside for another try and a really nice trade, but it was close to NFP, so this trade is just ciao bye, it's gone. And from here, to be honest, this was the last sell that I was looking for. Now for this week, we need to wait a little bit to have our confirmation, because from here we can just react to the downside. So it's a bit too early to look for some buys. But if we continue to have some bullish momentum, we're going to look for some buys. For now, it's a bit early, in my opinion, to look for some buys. And anyway, there is no much space to look for buys. So this pair is kind of in hold, standby, not confirmed. What do we do with that, basically? On USD GPY, it was really similar, but here you see the difference is that this extreme 4-hour POY is not mitigated yet. So here we can still look for some sells. We have some inducement exactly right here. These two POY right here above this high can be as well great place for some more liquidity sweeps, because if you look at the range, this was technically one range, and then we broke through it and we create this range right here. So it starts to get a bit old, but at the same time the ranges are so small that I wouldn't be surprised if price just wants to push back up. But again, it's really unclear ranges. At the same time, we're during December, so it makes sense, there's low volatility. But yeah, I would like to see maybe a sell from this point. Those ones, to be honest, is gonna be too high. I'm not gonna take those ones. This is the last sale available. If not, after that, we're just gonna wait for some new ranges, basically. USD CAD, this is really nice. Remember this trade from the previous week as well that we talked about. Look at how beautifully it reacted. So you know, right here it reached this overall high. We closed it below right here to secure the profits, but look at how beautifully this trade reacted. And right now, except for this trade, we create a new break to the upside, so we have basically a new trading range from this new low to this high. And now we can identify our new POIs. In this case, we don't have anything on the 4-hour, but let's go on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, we have this 1 hour POI down there exactly here with a lot of inducement close to it, so this is good. We have as well this 1 hour POI that is according to the strategy with a lot of inducement. And except for that, there is nothing else. So on USD CAD, we only have these two 1 hour POIs. Then on USD CHF, this is as well interesting because USD CHF overall were bullish, but right here we create a break of structure to the downside. You know, we actually create a break of structure to the downside, so we're kind of maybe turning bearish, but at the same time, according to our rules, we can still look for a try in the previous trading range, because this was the one that we were trading in. We were out of this trading range right now, but then we as well were in this trading range before that, so this can just be some inducement for those POIs below. That's why we can still look for last buys right here. If those one fails, we can just look for some sells. And right here we tapped into this 1 hour POI. We as well never broke the structure yet. Wait a minute. So this is the last break to the downside. Or wait, nope. This is the last break to the downside. Here though, it was never a valid retracement. So this is the last break to the downside basically. And this is the high that we need to break. We just got the break of structure just before market closure. So we can look for a buy right here, basically. This is what it means. So let's see what do we got. 5 minute, 15 minute, there is nothing. Let's go on the 1 minute. Usually on the 1 minute, it's where the most extreme POIs are situated. Right here, this one looks already mitigated. So let me see. Yep, as you can see, no imbalance here. So already mitigated. Doesn't count. If not, we have this 1 minute POI. This one looks really high. Like really high, and those ones right here as well. Let me see if it's any valid. Okay, this one looks valid too. So these two candlesticks right here, and that's it. But this is not really good, guys. And why it's not really good is because it's really high. And what do I mean by that is that if you take your entries somewhere around right here, your stop loss is actually huge, and that makes the risk to reward ratio not the best. Nah, that's not a good risk to reward ratio, guys. Like, you know what, it might work out, but it's not the best, especially as we have some bearish momentum. We might like maybe even react from this 4 hour POI right here, so it's even less than 103 risk to reward ratio at the take profit one. So it's really not a best trade at all. Not worth it. In my opinion, that trade is just not worth it. Instead, maybe this POI, if it works out and we have like this push up, instead what can happen is that on the 4 hour, we as well have some bearish momentum, as you can see exactly right here. So this bearish momentum can be, for example, a scenario for a sell right here. Those POIs look pretty good as well with these like candles. This one is already mitigated, but this one isn't. So technically, I said it's a bit early to look for sells, but at the same time, you can try to play some ping pong between this POI and this POI. So yeah, I don't suggest to take this buy. It's not a good opportunity. It's a bad risk to reward ratio. But right here with smaller risk, you can look for some sells, or this last buy right here if price wants to push down. So actually this buy is the most extreme one, so it's even better. And then if we just continue to push up, we can play ping pong and look for some sells here. On USD CHF, price just pushed to the downside. We actually never mitigate any of our POIs, and then we just pushed down. So actually we create a new range. Those POIs are still valid because we never tapped into them, so they're still valid. And except for that, we as well right here created instead this huge 4 hour POI that is better than the 1 hour because it's in a higher time frame. And here we have as well some inducements, so this is actually an interesting POI to take into consideration. And now this is the new range from this high to this low, so we can as well go on lower time frames on the 1 hour to see what's going on. Here nothing interesting is going on because everything is not in premium, so above the 50% of the fib. But right here on top we have this 1 hour POI, and it is valid because we have an imbalance from this wick to this wick, so it's a valid 1 hour POI. And same thing, even if we have some inducement here, we have some inducement here too, so both of them look pretty good. Then let's go on NZD USD. So NZD USD as well, right here we had a nice little trade that worked out perfectly, as you can see right here. And except for that, now we just broke structure to the downside once more. So basically what happened is that we are now even more bearish. And let's see if we have any new POIs in this area. And in this case, there is nothing. Like contrary to AUD USD, there is nothing. On the 4-hour there is nothing. So basically those POIs as well are already used, so that doesn't count. So basically there is nothing to do on NZD/USD for this week for now. And GP, Euro GBP, right here we broke structure to the downside as well during the week. Finally, this created our new range from this high to this low, but except the same old 1-hour POI that we had right here on the 1-hour time frame. Of course, right here there is nothing new that got created afterwards. So we're still waiting. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Of course, if you have any questions, really don't hesitate to just comment them down below. If you want to join my free Discord or have access to my full course, the links will be in the description. And of course, don't hesitate as well to just DM me or on Instagram or on Discord directly if you have any other personal or specific questions about the strategy. And yeah guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't hesitate to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.